We've already taken a look at the first example of comparing, graphing, and ordering integers. So what I need you to do now is take a look at this particular problem, pause your video, and then come back and we'll work it together and make sure that you understand the actual specifics. Okay? So go ahead and pause your video now. Work the problem. Okay, now that you're back, let's take a look at what the problem is asking us. We have a table, and the table shows low temperatures for selected states. So what we want to do is we want to order these temperatures from least to greatest. Now we could say that the actual temperatures are in Fahrenheit. That's pretty much what we are used to. So let's just call them in Fahrenheit. So we have the state of Alabama with a temperature of a negative 27, the state of California with a temperature of a negative 45, the state of Georgia with a temperature of a negative 17, the state of Indiana with a temperature of a negative 36, the state of Kentucky with a temperature of a negative 37, the state of North Carolina with a temperature of a negative 34, the state of Tennessee with a negative 32, and of course the state of Texas with a temperature, and that's a negative 23, and we have the state of Virginia with a temperature of a negative 30. Okay, so what we're asked to do is literally order these temperatures from least to greatest, and we want to graph on a number line. So we want to take these integers and put the integers on the number line. So the first thing you want to do, the very first thing you want to do is you want to draw a number line. Okay, so let's take a look and see, can we do that? All right, so let's just start the number line here. Okay, so we got our number line in place. Now let's be careful and take a look at what was actually going on, because as we can see, these are all negative numbers. That means these numbers are literally on the left side of 0. So we can, in all actuality, put our 0 right here. So let's just draw a line there for 0, and then we want to manipulate it. So what I mean by manipulate, we want to see what do we need as far as increments for the graph. And well, I think we could do so by twos. So we'll start with 0, and then we'll just go by 2, but we're not going to start at 2. Let's start it at a negative 16. So we will maybe put here negative 16, negative 18, negative 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, and 48. So that's pretty much what we need. I'm looking at my lowest number being 17 and my highest number being a negative 45. Okay, so we'll go in and plot, and we're just plotting what we see. Okay, so I see a negative 17. So well, let's go ahead and put the increments in here. Okay, so we said negative 16, negative 18, negative 20, negative 22, negative 24, negative 26, negative 28, negative 30, negative 32, negative 34, negative 36, negative 38, negative 40, negative 42, negative 44, negative 46, negative 48, and so on. Okay, So now we have our numbers. Now we need to, and I'm going to go ahead and change the color here. We can do that. Make it, let's make it purple. Okay. So now we want to graph what we see. So I see a -17, and let's just put a dot here and call it a -17. I also see a -23. So there's 20, there's 22. Let's put a dot here and call it a -23. Then I see a -27. So there's 24, 26. Let's put a dot here. Let's put a dot here. Call it a -27. Then I see a -30. So there's my 30. So I'm going to put a dot here. Okay. Put a dot here and call it a -30. And I see a -34. -34. I see a -36. I see a -37. So -37. I see it looks like a -45, and that's come before, and let's call it a -45. Okay, so I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and I am missing, what am I missing? Okay, so a good way to do it is cross them out. I see Georgia, -17. I see Texas, -23. I see Alabama, -27. I see Virginia, yep, -30. Tennessee, so -32. Let's just go ahead and put it here and call it a -32. Okay, so now we do have our numbers listed on the actual number line, and they're listed from greatest to least, or least to greatest. Again, when we're talking about numbers on the negative side, we're looking at numbers that's actually as they go left, the numbers get smaller. Okay, so if that's the case, if they're asking us to list from from least to greatest, now we're looking at coming from a -45 and back to the right. Well, let's do it a little unique. Let's not just put the numbers in there. Let's order them according to the states. So we could say from least to greatest. Okay, and what is that telling us? If we're ordering from least to greatest and we're using negative numbers, now we're talking about the coldest. And believe it or not, California will be first. It will be the coldest according to this data that we have. And then after California comes Kentucky. I could see that. That's on the East Coast. Then Indiana. And after Indiana comes North Carolina. Then after North Carolina comes Tennessee. Then after Tennessee comes Virginia. Okay, let's make sure. We got California. We got Kentucky. We got Indiana. We got North Carolina. We have Tennessee. We have Virginia. And after Virginia comes Alabama. Okay, we got Alabama. Then after Alabama comes the great state of Texas. Okay. And last but least, Georgia. Okay. So we actually have them on the number line according to actual integer values, but what we did is we went a step further and looked at them, putting them from in order from the actual name of the state. So we have from least to greatest: California, Kentucky, Indiana, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, Alabama, Texas, and Georgia. So as you can see, we can do a lot with data and using this data on the number line. So just like any statistician or weather personnel that you see every day on these weather channels, they do absolutely the same thing. Log the data, record the data, and regurgitate that data back to you every 5, 6, and 10 o'clock at night. Alright, thank you so much. I hope your answer came out the same as mine, and we'll talk to you soon.